BC, I'm back. Jeff again here. So it was a good mail day today, and so I thought I would share, even though a lot of these bands may not be as familiar to a lot of you. So recently I've shown this band a couple times because I have been trying to scoop up their vinyl releases because I'm starting to see that they're becoming harder to get, even though they were only released, you know, well, in the past 5 or so years. But I picked up another War of Ages. This is their 2019 Void album. This is their most recent, so this was probably one of the easier ones to get. Grabbed it on Amazon. The price was under $20. I wanted to grab it before it was gone. Again, I've mentioned them. I've shown at least, what, 3 or 4, how many do I got? 3 other of their, picked up their records. I have, like I say, all their CDs, but I'm trying to get their vinyl because they are getting hard to get. This one is on like a cream and black. It's darker on that side, it's lighter on this side. And again, I've mentioned, you know, these are a band of, and they would fall into the metalcore. Some people call them a progressive metalcore. It's been a band that I've really enjoyed for, I don't know how long they've been around, 15 years or so it seems like, since later 2000s. And I did mention that I saw them in concert, I think it was 2010. They were opening up for As I Lay Dying and Demon Hunter. It was War of Ages, Demon Hunter, and As I Lay Dying. And actually there was a band before that, Mercy Screams, I think. And it's funny, I think that was the name. They have a video from the show in, I think it was Richmond, Virginia, on YouTube. There's a video, and maybe I'll try to put it in here, where that you show the band. It's just somebody shot it from the balcony, and then you can see in the audience when the lights come on at one point real bright and you can kind of see the mosh pit going on, you can see me. So maybe I'll try to insert that in there if I can find that. But anyway, great concert. Got to see these guys. Went backstage, talked to the singer Oscar for a while on here. So I'm, you know, wanting to grab some of their stuff, so I grabbed another one of those. Now, the other thing I got in today was all CDs, and it's some of the CDs are a prequel to the vinyl that are coming soon. But now these are going to all be, these are from Retroactive Records. They're reissues. They are all going to be, you know, what would be considered in the Christian realm of metal. And so the first 3, which I'll go through one by one, is Eternal Decision. Now, back in the day, wow, got a lot of glare here, if I can see that. Back in the day when they came out in the 2000s, 96, 98, 2000, this was 96, I think. It, I think I might have somehow missed this one, because I think I got into hearing about them in the, like, their 3rd album time. And to me, they just kind of had that alternative sound, which I wasn't really digging. But this is their first album, and original release in 1996. And for some reason, I must not have had that, or must not have paid much attention. This album sounds a lot, people describe it as kind of Metallica-ish. I feel it's more Pantera-ish, very much. Almost like the first track is like, you know, right around that sound of like Walk and all that, of that era. And so, yeah, it's like really good, and it's been remastered by Rob Caldwell. And I don't, you know, it'd be nice if these came out on vinyl, but these are CDs for now. They do have the trading cards. This is trading card number 42 of their foil card release that they've been doing. So yeah, you know, this is great. I don't know if I ever own this, or maybe I think I had a cassette of these of this band back in the day, but I don't know if I ever bought any of their CDs. Their second one, Ghost in the Machine, I'm thinking I might have had, this might have been one of the ones. They did change sound a little bit here. Still quite heavy, a little less Pantera-ish. They started to kind of feel like they were going a little, just a tad, I hate to say alternative, because it really wasn't on this album where they did it. Another card, another one of the cards is number 43. Still quite heavy. At times, somewhat thrashy, but a little different than that first album. And then their 3rd album, which came in 2002, a couple years later after, I guess they took a break or so. And again, it's got another one of the cards, number 44. And on this one, I do say, okay, it's got kind of a little more. So this would have been 2002. So we're in the days. I'm starting to hear a little bit. They still have some thrash here and there, but then I'm also hearing a little bit of kind of a Alice in Chains type feel. Some of the multi vocals, layered vocals. It sounds a little bit like some of their stuff. Really good stuff. And then, you know, and in this one, they had the guitar player did more of the singing than the actual vocalist from the other two. He is on here, but apparently they let the guitar player do a lot more of the vocals. So there is a dual sound there that makes it a little different than the others. But by this time, 2002, it was starting to get a little more alternative feeling, a little less. It's still quite heavy, and there are some songs that are fast and kind of thrashy. But on the other songs, it's a little less. Definitely a little less of the thrash, a little more of the alternative feel. Now, the second band, another 3 CDs. This band, I have had the CDs previously to this. They came out, their stuff was released back in the mid to late 90s. But one of them, and these are coming, let me see, when is this? 94 and 96. And I had these two, but I did not ever have this one. This is a band called Modest Attraction. Let me take it out of there. So much glare. Too much light here. Modest Attraction. They are, okay, so the singer, if you're familiar with the band Narnia, that's Christian Liljegren. He's in Narnia, he sings in so many bands now, but this is one of his early bands, and I believe his brother is also in this because it's the same last name. In 91, they recorded a 5-6 song custom tape, professional custom tape from Sweden, a Swedish band. 92, they recorded another 5 or 6 songs, and then in 92, they released them both together on an album called Get Ready, and this is the 30th anniversary edition of that. I've never heard these tracks, never had the never had those custom release tapes back in the day. I only had the next 2 albums, so this, I listened to this today and I was like, wow, that is some great stuff. They have a very keyboard driven 70s vibe. I'm talking keyboard like organ, like Deep Purple, like that kind of a organy sound, not keyboard pop or whatever. They are a solid rock, hard rock, classic rock band for the 90s, which is kind of why they didn't get a whole lot of attention, because in the 90s when grunge was big, here come these guys in the mid 90s with this throwback 70s sound, which if they came out today, as I read in one of the notes, I think, had this come out today when you've got all these bands, Greta Van Fleet, Dirty Honey, all of these bands that are coming back with that classic rock sound, this probably would have taken off. This one I feel is a little more commercial hard rock. The other albums are very much more of that 70s feel. I remember when I got these albums back in the 90s, I was like, wow, could these guys sound any more awesome from that? Anyway, another one of the cards, foil cards. This is number 29. But again, this, I have never had any of these tracks, and it's, you know, a whole complete album, and it just sounds wonderful. It does not sound like demos. I mean, professional. It sounds just top notch. I was cranking this. This made my day. This made my day. Anyway, so that, yes, and then they had an actual album when they got signed, The Truth in Your Face. And I remember buying this album a long time ago when it came out. It was tough to get because it was like you had to get it as an import. And again, it's going to have the foil card. What is that? Number 27. The packaging, it looks so, I had the original, but this just looks so much crisper, brighter. It is just a great deal how they did this. Rob Caldwell again, remastering these, and then their last album, Divine Luxury. Again, this is, I think, this was the first album I got by them. This is the one that really had the 70s vibe to it. Number 28. Like it. They've done an amazing job. Retroactive, Scott Waters, layout, all that stuff. Tinkering have done a great job with reissuing these, and they sound superb. And yeah, they are coming out. These three are coming out on vinyl, but not for quite a few months. So they pre-ordered the CDs and the vinyl record releases separately, and so these came out. These are due out in August, but they came a little early, so we got them. And this is just absolutely some great stuff that, like I say, I did have these two back in the day. I think because they were imports and so hard to find, I think at some point I sold them. So I am glad to have these back, and this has been an amazing addition. So yes, today was great. In the mail, got all kinds of great music, and that's it. Check these guys out there. There's clips online. And again, I think it was after this album that then Narnia launched, right after that album. So that's it for now, though. Great stuff, great stuff. It's been a great musical day. Been cracking some great tunes. Thanks a lot for watching, though. I will be back. Rock on and rock hard.